Hello and welcome to the State Draft. I'm Purva Chitnis, special correspondent with ThePrint. Aurangzeb has died nearly 3 centuries ago, but his ghost has come back to haunt Maharashtra. Aurangabad city has been renamed. However, Aurangzeb is still not over, and Maharashtra politics is not done with Aurangzeb yet. So, why is Aurangzeb dominating political discourse today? What is his connection with Maharashtra and why is he grabbing headlines in the state? We will discuss all of this in today's episode of the State Draft. But before we discuss the current scenario, let us take a small dip into history to know who Aurangzeb was and what's his connection with Maharashtra. Aurangzeb, as we all know, comes from the Mughal dynasty and he is the sixth emperor of Mughal dynasty. He ruled between 1658 and 1707. He was a pious Muslim, historians say, but also a very cruel ruler. His ascent to the throne was after he imprisoned his own father and killed his elder brother. He also destroyed thousands of Hindu temples and attacked Hindus particularly. But during his nearly 50 years of rule, what was the highlight of his rule was that he tried to relentlessly pursue the Maratha Empire. He went behind Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and in mid 1660s he briefly captured Shivaji Maharaj. But after Shivaji Maharaj escaped from Agra, Aurangzeb could never capture Shivaji Maharaj. In 1680, after the death of Shivaji Maharaj, his son Sambhaji Maharaj took over, and Aurangzeb felt that this was a time he can once again capture the Maratha Empire. He even moved his court from Agra to Aurangabad, a city which is named after him. Historians say that this was against the advice of his generals, but he was so blinded by his ambition to take over Maratha Empire, he moved to Aurangabad. There he captured and tortured Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, and this is one of the main reasons why he is the villain of the entire state of Maharashtra. It is said that he meted out strictest and possibly the worst inhuman treatment against Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, which led to his killing. But even after that, Aurangzeb died with his dream unfulfilled, and he is laid to rest in Khuldabad near Aurangabad, where his tomb is at present. Historians say that it is Aurangzeb's Deccan campaign is what led to the weakening of his empire. But this is the history that we all know. But Aurangzeb remained in his tomb well until 1980s when he became the talking point in Maharashtra after he was invoked by late Shiv Sena chief Bal Thackeray. Shiv Sena, the regional party which was formed in 1960s on the backdrop of the cause of Sons of Soil, turned to Hindutva agenda in 1980s, and this is where it is said that Thackeray sensed that he could garner sentiments against the Mughal ruler. It is said that after focusing on Mumbai and Thane, Shiv Sena turned to Aurangabad, the city, the third city, where it could sense that they could get votes, and they contested in 1988 Aurangabad municipal election for the first time. It is during this time, it is said that Thackeray for the first time said that Aurangabad should be renamed as Sambhajinagar. In 1995, it was Shiv Sena and BJP which came to power in Maharashtra for the first time. That time also, Shiv Sena raised this call of renaming Aurangabad to Sambhajinagar. But at that time, Congress opposed to this demand and proposal, and it went into legal battle. Then in 1996, the Supreme Court stalled this proposal. Since then, Aurangabad has been the communally sensitive point in Maharashtra. Since then, Shiv Sena and Shiv Sena workers has been consistently calling Aurangabad as Sambhajinagar. However, despite coming to power in 2014 with BJP, both the parties did not officially go ahead renaming Aurangabad to Sambhajinagar. Come 2022, and as we all remember, it was the last cabinet meeting of Mahavikas Aghadi government under the Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, when Uddhav Thackeray passed a proposal that Aurangabad and Osmanabad should be renamed as Sambhajinagar and Dharashiv respectively. This proposal was even approved and okayed by Congress and NCP. But since it was the last cabinet meeting and the Mahavikas Aghadi government fell and Shinde Fadnavis government came to power in Maharashtra, the Shinde Fadnavis government discarded the earlier proposal of the MVA government and came out with a newer proposal saying that Aurangabad should be renamed as Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. This proposal was then sent to center, and finally in February, the centre okayed and gave its approval to rename Aurangabad as Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. So officially, Aurangabad is now Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. Now, another thing to remember in between was starting November 2022, Sakal Hindu Samaj, an umbrella body of the right wing organizations, the Hindutva organizations in Maharashtra, came out with nearly 50 Hindu Jan Akrosh Morchas across the state. Now, these were rallies which were attended by thousands of people, and the theme that it was centered around was love jihad and land jihad. Now, these rallies or morchas could have been brushed aside as just right wing organizations coming up with their demands. But these rallies or morchas got legitimacy after several BJP leaders from the state attended these rallies. When the rally was in Mumbai, BJP Mumbai President Ashish Shelar or BJP leader Kirit Somaya, even the Shiv Sena of Shinde faction, Sheetal Mhatre, spokesperson, all of these leaders attended these rallies and gave it a legitimacy. In between, in February 2023, the center approved that Aurangabad and Osmanabad will officially be named as Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar and Dharashiv. And it was around this time that AIMIM MP Imtiaz Jalil and his workers and his party workers from Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, from where he is an MP, they protested against this name change. Now, there were a lot of protests in the city of Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar against this name change. And around this time, that is when the first communal clash in the recent times began. Now, if we know, since March until June, there are nearly 20 such different incidences that came out in different parts of Maharashtra, which was themed and centered around Aurangzeb. Now, what used to happen during these communal clashes was that somewhere in some part of the town, some Muslim youths would put up statuses and WhatsApp posts around Aurangzeb, glorifying Aurangzeb. This is what the police is saying, that there were statuses and posts around Aurangzeb, and which used to go viral. Once they went viral, the right wing Hindu youth and the Hindu organizations used to come out on streets and they would demand that action against these people who would put statuses glorifying Aurangzeb. And in this process, they would call for Bandh of the city. Then there would be stone pelting from both sides. There would be vandalism. And this used to lead to communal clashes. There are, as we mentioned already, 20, at least 20 such communal clashes which took place in Maharashtra, in different parts of Maharashtra since March. So, the political analysts and the critiques of the government say that this has more to do with how the names of cities have been changed. In fact, last month, Chief Minister Eknath Shinde announced that Ahmednagar, the city which is named after the 15th century Nizam king Ahmad Nizam Shah I, will be renamed after the 18th century Holkar queen Ahilya Devi Holkar. Now, this led to protests across Maharashtra, starting from Ahmednagar. In all of these protests and all of these communal incidences that took place in Maharashtra, the common theme was that there were WhatsApp statuses, social media posts around Aurangzeb, and there were posters of Aurangzeb that were displayed in various protests and rallies. A year just before the polls, Deputy Chief Minister and State Home Minister Devendra Fadnavis also gave legitimacy to this political and social discourse over Aurangzeb by calling those who are disturbing the law and order in the state as Aurangzeb's औलादे.
देखिए, महाराष्ट्र में अचानक कुछ जिलों में औरंगजेब की औलादे पैदा हुई है, जो औरंगजेब का फोटो दिखाते हैं, औरंगजेब का स्टेटस रखते हैं, और इसके कारण एक दुर्भावना समाज में पैदा हो रही है और इसके कारण एक तनाव भी निर्माण हो रहा है। सवाल ये उठता है कि अचानक इतने औरंगजेब के औलादे कहाँ से पैदा हुई।
Now, this is the statement that came from the Deputy Chief Minister and Home Minister. So, the political analysts and critics say that it is just one of the attempts to polarize the voters and consolidate the Hindu votes at one side, which will benefit BJP and the Shinde Fadnavis government. Now, whether these communal incidences will grow from here on until the polls, or whether they will be controlled, only time will tell. But it is rather unfortunate that in a state of Maharashtra, which has largely been peaceful and has taken pride in itself over being the land of reformers and land of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Shahu Phule Ambedkar, such incidences are occurring on a regular basis, and it is rather a sad statement for Maharashtra. That's all we have for you in this episode of State Draft, and keep tuning in for more such episodes.